Dickie's Diary, Number 1. G'day, my name is Richard A. Hardwick. My friends call me Dickie, but you can call me Mr. Hardwick. You might recognize my name from the myriad of books that I've written over many years in the literature business. I know what you're thinking. I thought he would be older than this, on account of the great many books that he's written. I won't lie. I have had a little work done, here, and here. And this is not the actual colour of my hair, which is genuine, I assure you. Throughout my successful writing career, I have enjoyed conjuring the full gamut of emotions for my readers: joy, sadness, amusement, anger, and fear, and any other emotion that I could manipulate in order to sell a few books. If you can feel it, I can write a book about it that you can buy. That's our family motto. A few of my more well-known titles include 1984, The Sudanese Pygmy Annihilation, affectionately known as Get Shorty. 1986, Where Have All the Babies Gone? A terrible tale of child kidnapping and infant slavery. Not a lot of laughs, that one, to be honest. 1988, Armageddon in the Killing Fields, a story of hope, survival, redemption, and then suicide. 1994, Mass Murder in Mauritius at Michaelmas. The beaches ran red with native blood that day. And 1998, Mrs. Tiggywinkle joins the circus. A brief foray into children's literature. My most recent book was published in 2007, Anarchy in Iran. This was followed by an extended hibernation from writing, while I attempted to deal with the fatwa and the many death threats that I'd accumulated through reader engagement with my books. I often joke with Mrs. Hardwick that if I had as many Booker Prize nominations as death threats, we would be rubbing shoulders with J.K. Rowling, rather than hiding in damp, shadowy basements. She always has a good laugh about that. But you never know how your books will be received. You must always strive for integrity and honesty. And if I'm bluntly honest, I wish I'd never written a single word in the first place. It's been a bloody disaster. However, that is all in the past, since Mrs. Hardwick had the brilliant idea of faking my own death. All my fatwa worries have evaporated. All we needed was an old car, a can of gasoline, a few matches, and the body of a homeless person. It really is heartbreaking how vulnerable the homeless are, and how tenuous their hold on life. I have seen with my own eyes how easily they can be exploited and abused. Something should be done about it. Anyway, since my conversion to an alter ego, I am a new man, I am reborn, and I am eager to write. Which brings me to the purpose of this announcement. I have created a book series based on a very close friend of mine, George Bennett, and his nephew, who is absolutely not a friend but rather a fiend, Kevin Arnold. George and I meet every week at the quiz night of our local golf club. Being privy to the goings-on in the Bennett household, I have an unique insight into the character and nature of the protagonists. George will often regale me with the shabby, underhand antics of his nephew. And if I can stomach entering the den of iniquity that is the East Seacliff pub, Kevin will usually approach me to tell me his side of the story. Once I have the facts, I am then at liberty to make up any kind of guff that I want. Being a creative writer, I like to think I have the necessary skills to polish the story up, to buff it up a bit, to put a nice shine on it. Even a turd looks better with a coat of varnish. And who knows, there might be a morsel of truth in it at the end of it. My first book will be called At Home, and will be published on Amazon KDP in April 2020. My second book will be called At Play, probably published around November 2020. And the third in the series will be called At Large, and will be published sometime in 2021. Look out for my books. They are very reasonably priced and have beautiful illustrations by Sir Irfan. Happy reading, and keep smiling. I do, ever since the car accident anyway.